There are so many great deals out there, whether you're leasing or buying, you're looking at a new vehicle, a used vehicle, maybe you're going to refinance your vehicle, maybe you can't afford the vehicle you have, maybe you're in really big trouble. Well, there's a lot of things you need to know and some tips that could save you a lot of money. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to save money and have car smarts, make sure to subscribe now and hit that little bell so you don't miss anything. We give you information you will not get anywhere else. Besides all those great deals that are going on out there, many Americans are struggling to make their car payments. If you're in that position, you probably want to know what to do. Well, the number one thing you want to do is contact the leasing company or the lending company and say, listen, I can't make the payments. I could use some advice. What do you suggest? They're not going to ignore you. What they're going to do is try and work out a payment plan based on your situation. Now, everybody has a different situation. If you've always made your payments on time, they're going to be more likely to work with you. If you've been late on your payments on a regular basis, they may want to refinance that loan. But make sure to read all the small print in that because it may not be to your advantage. Many people have purchased vehicles, but if you're in the midst of making your payments and your job situation changes or something in your life changes, you don't want to find yourself in a place of this terrible word, repossession. That's not a good word. That's going to impact your credit rating. It could put you into a bankruptcy position. You never want to be what we call car poor. So when you're looking at buying a new car, whether it's a used car or certified pre-owned with all these great deals out there, don't find yourself being car poor, which means spending more than you can afford. That happens a lot. People will take half of their monthly pay to purchase a vehicle because it's an awesome ride. I wanted a convertible, a Jeep, or whatever that might be. That's not very smart. You should do the math. If you're unsure, sit down with a banker or an accountant. If you haven't been making your payments, contact the lender or the leaser. Find out what they can do to help you. Sometimes they can rearrange things, but remember, you're probably going to be upside down, which means you're going to owe more money than the vehicle's worth. And that's not a good position to be in either. And that is the worst time to buy a new vehicle. You want to pay that loan off first. That is a number one thing you need to do. Then you can go buy something else. Now is a good time to purchase a new or used vehicle, especially used vehicles. You've got over 1 million vehicles coming off of lease. Dealers are taking them in. And if you do have a lease that's coming to an end, you can actually negotiate to keep it for a longer period and then trade it in down the road. If you are in need of a new vehicle, make sure to do your homework. Check all the incentives. There is conquest incentives and there is loyalty incentives. I've discussed that in the past and you can check that out up here because if you don't get that money, the dealer gets that money and you get nothing out of it. So make sure not to leave what we call money on the table. If you're having trouble finding a great deal, put a note in the comment below. We'll connect with you and try and help you find a dealer that will offer you the best deal available around the country. Remember, it's always best to buy in your backyard, but if they're not giving you a great deal, there's always the internet, and there's a ton of dealers who would love to have your business. You may be seeing some no money down loans. I do want to warn you that you are paying the full amount, not a discount. So if you put nothing down, your payments will be higher. You'll be paying finance charges on the whole amount. If you put $1,000 or $2,000 down, you will lower the amount that you are financing, which is actually a smarter choice than putting nothing down. Remember, higher payments, more interest, you're not going to get that interest money back. It's only good for the bank. A few of you have asked me about refinancing your existing car loan. I really caution about that. When you refinance an existing car loan, maybe it's a 5-year loan, you've paid 2 years into it. If you refinance that loan, it's going to cost you more over time, and most likely in the end, you'll have spent way more money than the vehicle is worth. So if you can't make the payments, that may be your only option. Maybe a consolidation loan might be possible. You can check with your local banker. They'll be happy to help you out, or your credit union. Many of you have asked, when's the time to trade in my vehicle or get rid of the vehicle I have? Well, here's the Car Smarts tip. Never put more into a car than it's worth. What does that mean? If you've got a car that's worth $2,500, you wouldn't want to put $8,000 into it. That seems what I call obvious, but people do it every single day. They'll put more into the vehicle than it's worth and they'll never get the money out of it. Your best bet would be to get rid of the vehicle or trade it in and use that money plus the $8,000 you were thinking about spending or whatever dollar amount that might be and get yourself a safer car. Newer cars have more safety features, and here's another tip. It will lower your insurance rates. The more safety equipment you have, the lower your car payments. The reason for that is they know you'll be safer in the vehicle, and of course, insurance agents want you to be safe on the road, as all of us do. If you got value from this video, give it a like and subscribe for more great videos to save you money and give you car smarts. We appreciate your support on our Patreon page. We love your comments. We do answer. And also check out our social media everywhere at Lauren Fix.